Uncharted The Lost Legacy is the fifth installment in the Uncharted franchise, and the first one where you don't play as Nathan Drake. Huh. So, yeah, instead you play as Chloe Fraser, and you got a friend. Her name is Nadine Ross. And yeah, this is kind of like a buddy cop movie. You know, a movie is usually 2 hours, and those are like characters that have to do stuff way quicker than a 10-hour game where it's like, oh, we gotta do this mission for like 20 minutes, you know? So yeah, they're doing stuff a lot quicker. They're becoming friends a lot quicker. So yeah, it feels more like a movie. And yet, the reason it feels shorter is because this was originally going to be a DLC, but then they realized, hey, let's just make a full game out of that. And that's really awesome. That's actually really cool. So yeah, it just feels more like a movie, and also it feels more like a movie with the end credits too. The end credits are like animated, which is it's a lot more colorful than the Uncharted game end credits, and it feels more like what a movie would do. Especially, I think I remember that from Wreck-It Ralph. I don't know if Wreck-It Ralph did that. I remember something like it did that, and it just kind of reminded me like I was playing a movie, which was cool. And that's usually an insult. I mean it in a cool way. So this game just kind of feels like Uncharted 4, but with the premise of Uncharted 2. It has a gold statue, has a train sequence, has Chloe Fraser, and a villain that sucks. Okay, the villain doesn't suck, the motivation kind of sucks. I actually like the villain more in this one, but the villain in Uncharted 2 made a lot more sense why he was doing it. I mean, he wanted to be a god. That there was no reason why he wanted to be a god, but it just made more sense than his motivation. I'll get back on that. So, kind of a big problem with it. Not a big problem, it's just like weird. The chapter title font, it looks like the iMovie font. Like I'm showing it. Am I holding it? Okay. It feels like that, and I wish it was a little bit more creative, because Uncharted 4 had like this weird 1600 pirate font, and that was cool. It felt more polished. This one was just like, oh, yeah. You know, it was weird. I mean, hopefully if they like remaster this game, they could fix that up. Like have like a weird, I don't know, Hindu font. So yeah. Also, there's one chapter in this game, I think it's like chapter 4, it's kind of like open world. There's like one side mission that's like optional and you can do it, and like you get this wristband, and yeah, it's kind of, I like it. How you can just get something that you don't have to get, you know. I mean, don't come back to it, you can't. If you like finish it halfway and just don't do it, then you're not getting it. Which is, kind of sucks, but still, you know, I like it. There's a lot of cutscenes in this one, which it's a short game and it has a lot of cutscenes, which isn't that great. But, you know, whatever. I mean, it's an Uncharted game, so what do you expect? Okay. So, I'm gonna go into spoilers, and I'm gonna explain the villain's motivation. And yeah, skip to right here. I'm gonna tell you my score. Yeah, okay. So spoilers. Remember that guy in Uncharted 4 who you were just dying to kill? Like, oh man, I want to get that guy. He came back, which I like. I like that they didn't just make a character and it was like, okay, got a character that you can kind of remember, and you know, used him. That was smart. So yeah, what happens is the villain trades in the tusk, which is the artifact that you were fighting for the entire game, and he trades it in for a bomb. And this is kind of where it lost me. The problem is it feels more like James Bond, when it should feel more like Indiana Jones. Like, literally saving a bomb from a city. That seems a little cartoonish. I mean, this is Uncharted, not really a great game for realism, but, you know. And the motivation for the villain to do this is because I'm a god and I want to kill him because my ancestors did. And, yeah, I don't know. It wasn't that great, but I liked him as a villain. He seemed nice, but, you know, just a better motivation. Also, Sam is in this game. Yeah, and I like him. I I like him more in this game than Uncharted 4. I think he would be a really cool character to just have his own game. That would be awesome. I love Troy Baker. I mean, who doesn't? Who doesn't? So, I think, yeah, give him his own game. But yeah, anyways, I'm getting this game a 6 out of 10. Yep. I mean, a hard 6 out of 10. I think they worked really hard, especially when this was supposed to be a DLC. Yeah, that's my review of Uncharted 4. Lost. I swear to God. Yep.